sometimes it just takes 3 facts to awake your curiosity. Recently, I felt the urge to know more after reading those 3 items. First one is the name, Lucien Gaulard. Second item is what he achieved. He was an engineer and he invented the transformer, the electric device. The last piece of information was how young. His lifespan was 1850 to 1888, which is not a lot. If I'm in a St. Vincent cemetery here today, it's because Lucien Gaulard got a street named after him in 1907. Basically, 20 years after he passed away. Hey, coming with me? Cool. It's cool. Here I am in Cimetière Saint-Vincent, St. Vincent Cemetery. Not too far from Montmartre and the Sacré-Cœur. Right, so the guy invented something that's still in our lives today, the transformer. It's everywhere. And you would assume he would have enjoyed his fame and fortune after coming up with this invention. But no, the end is tragic. So let me take you on a little journey throughout Paris to tell you what happened to Lucien. Here we go. T'es un mignon petit chat, toi? T'es tout mignon? Ouais, t'es mignon. Petit chat. Salut! Once upon a time there were 2 people very much in love, Edmé Gaulard and Onésime Justice, and they had 12 kids. Lucien Gaulard, born Léon Adrien, was the 11th kid out of the 12 siblings. His dad was a varnish producer working in Paris, Rue Vieille du Temple, and Lucien became a chemist, and he was quite an inventor. Just walking along. Here's an example of Lucien Gaulard invention still being used today. High voltage transformer. In the street. Yeah, we're in the Rue Le Pic. It's a nice sunny day today. Lovely. Lucien has his first patent pending at age 26, and then many in all kinds of chemistry related applications. And at the same time starts showing interest for electricity. So a little more about his invention.
During the early development of electricity, the industry had chosen direct current. They were proven wrong. Lucien knew the limitations of direct current and decided alternating current was the right answer for its invention. See, the thing is with the electricity is its tension tends to drop further it goes along the line, so being able to step up to a high voltage, low current allowed to transport it on great distance. Once it reaches its destination, simply step it back down to low voltage for the user, be it light, heating or power engine. That's the basic principle of Lucien transformer. At the time, Thomas Edison only managed to carry electricity on 800 meter distance, using direct current, whereas Lucien managed to go as far as 40 kilometers carrying electricity using alternating current.
Age 31 in London, Lucien meets John Dixon Gibbs, who will become his sponsor and co-inventor for the transformer. And since the name didn't exist yet, they called it the secondary generator.
One of the first applications for it was to light up cities, replacing smelly and dangerous gas lighting for electric lights, and Lucien did so successfully. In the years following his invention, he demonstrated its efficiency setting up a lighting system in a London tube station, and then in Italy, where he was awarded a prize for his invention, and back in France setting up a similar system. Thanks to Lucien's invention, electricity can be delivered to our houses, apartments, streets, cities, without needing a generator right down the road.
To give you a good sign of their success, 3 years later, Georges Westinghouse, main competitor for Thomas Edison. You've heard of Thomas Edison, right? Well, Georges Westinghouse buys exclusive dealership for the invention, the transformer, in the United States and pays the hefty sum of $50,000. So I think it's time to move on and visit Lucien's last stop, and where I'll tell you the end of the story. Most people who come at Cimetière du Père-Lachaise will visit Jim Morrison's grave, or Edith Piaf, or someone really famous. Not us. Today we're visiting Lucien Gaulard grave, and I think it's this way. Okay, so I'll carry on this way, but I think I'm lost. This place is very big. La conscience terrassant le vice et l'injustice. Ah, 54. I'm looking for 53. Shouldn't be 53. Hey. So, getting closer. I'm pretty much lost. 53. Right, so the other indication is line 6. So
1, 2, yeah, I think that could be it. 3, 4, okay, 5 and 6. Okay,
oh, yeah, that looks pretty much like it. See this little indication here? That's interesting. See, this tombstone was put here and paid for by French electrician. The money was collected, and it was put here on March 1899. So what it reads precisely is: to Léon Adrien Lucien Gaulard, 1850 1888. Les électriciens français, the French electrician, monument erected by subscription on March 1899. So here you are, Lucien. Since it's nice and quiet here, I'll tell you the events that led to the tragic ending of Lucien. So where was I? Right after they invented the transformer, fame and fortune didn't ensue, as I said earlier on. Quite the opposite, actually. So the problem really was that neither John Dixon Gibbs or Lucien Gaulard, co-inventor of the transformer, managed to get their product patented at home, be it in England or in France, while others managed to do so in other countries. So why didn't Lucien manage to get his patent approved? Well, you see, the flaw in his patent lied in the description that Lucien made of the product. He pretended to be able to do something out of nothing. And the people in charge of approving the patent said, not possible. And the end is tragic. We don't know what happens precisely to John Dixon Gibbs, co-inventor of the transformer, except that, like Lucien Gaulard, they both end up penniless after endless legal proceedings trying to get their product patented. Coming up with such a great invention and not being rewarded for that. Terrible. So, in the summer of 1888, Lucien was institutionalized after an event that made it into the newspaper. You see, earlier that year, Lucien had shown up at the Élysée Palace in Paris, called Palais de l'Élysée. You know, where the French president has his office. But you knew that, right? So, on February 1st, 1888, Lucien shows up at the Élysée, saying to the concierge, I am God, and I want peace in the universe. After that event, Lucien was put in a psychiatric hospital, where he passed away on November 26, 1888. Tragic ending, right? Now let's move on and see where Lucien was born. Yeah, I'm doing things. Let's go and check out Lucien's birthplace, Rue Vieille du Temple, where his dad, you know, who used to work as a varnish producer, had his business. Okay, so that's where we're heading right now, Rue Vieille du Temple. So that was the story of Lucien. Not sure what song would be best to illustrate his life. All I have is this 1923 song by Georges titled La plus bête des Javas. It tells the story of Julot, a small-time thief. Nothing to do with Lucien, who was a genius inventor, but they shared one thing. It's Paris. Oh, and a tragic ending also.
La 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 la, écoutez ça si c'est chouette. La 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 la, c'est la plus batte des Javas. Je vais vous raconter une histoire arrivée à Nana et Jules aux gueules d'acier. Pour vous raconter ça, il fallait une Java. J'en ai fait une batte, écoutez-la. Mais je vous préviens surtout, je suis pas poète du tout. Mes couplets riment pas bien, mais je m'en fous. Devant Julot et Nana, sur un air de Java. Je connais Robal Musette, sur un air de Javette. Et lui dit j'ai le béguin, sur un air de Java. Il répondit tant mieux, sur un air déjà vieux. Ah, 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 écoutez ça si c'est chouette. Ah, 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 c'est la plus batte des Javas. Ils partirent tous les deux comme des amoureux à l'hôtel meublé du Pau nerveux. Le lendemain, Julot lui dit j'étais dans la peau et lui botta le bas du dos. Elle lui dit j'ai compris, tu veux de l'argent chérie, j'en aurai à la sueur du nombril. Alors elle s'en alla sur un air de Java, boulevard de la Chapelle, sur un air de Javel. Elle se vendit pour de l'or, sur un air de Java, à 3 francs la séance, sur un air de jouvence. Ah, 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 écoutez ça si c'est chouette. Ah, 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 c'est la plus batte des Javas. Son homme, pendant ce temps, ayant besoin d'argent, mijotait un vol extravagant. Il chippa à lui, Julot, une rame de métro qui dissimula
At last, I found Rue Vieille du Temple.
Le coup était bien fait, mais juste quand il sortait, le groupe péta sous son gilet. Alors on l'arrêta sur un air de Java, rouge de colère, sur un air de Javel, dans le ventre du flic, sur un air de Javic, il planta son eustache, sur un air de jeune vache. Oh, 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 écoutez ça si c'est chouette.
Wrong way.
Oh, 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 c'est la plus batte des Javas. Nana, ne sachant rien, continuait son turban. 6 mois se sont passés un matin.
lovely old door. Lovely. So this should be a plaque, a sign.
Le bourreau ne s'en fait pas. C'est tout près à la pâte Oméga. Jules vient à petits pas sur un air de Java. C'est lui qu'on guillotine sur un air de Javi. Sa tête roule dans le panier.
So basically it's saying Lucien Gaulard, engineer, electrician, born in this house on July 16th, 1850 and died in Paris. Doesn't say precisely where, but we know now. Was in a psychiatric hospital, and he passed away on November 6, 1888.
C'est la plus belle des Java.
Okay, so that's the end of our little journey, getting to know Lucien Gaulard a little more. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment if you did. And that's all for now. Be good.
It's really a shame to see how great the contribution of Lucien was to mankind and how ungrateful the world has been to him.